My grandfather opened a restaurant here in the 20s called the Enduro. Election day 1950, times had changed. He saw the need for a more family-style restaurant. With my father and my uncle, he opened Junior's restaurant in the same corner. He said, if we're going to be a great restaurant in New York, we have to have great cheesecake.
So Harry Rosen would buy cheesecakes from other restaurants in the neighborhood and bring them back to taste and test, taking his samples up to his bakery. Harry Rosen mixed the right ingredients, and that recipe hasn't changed in 60 years. Alan is one of 3 boys born to Marvin Rosen, but the only son who is still active in the business. He started when he was 5.
If I wanted to see my dad, I went to work. I used to work behind the bakery counter separating doilies. We used to put a doily underneath every cake, and I guess because we had small fingers, my brothers and I used to go separate doilies by the bakery counter. My kids already have started coming in here too.
Alan's father was good at what he did and knew the values of hard work.
He's a taskmaster. Really taught you the values that his father taught him, and the expression that my dad always says is, you got to put it on the plate. Whether it's a slice of cake or a cheeseburger, you got to put it on the plate. You got to give people their money's worth, and it's got to look the way you want it to look and taste the way you want it to taste.
And Alan is a clear example of how the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
You hear it? See how it's going fast and then slow? Why don't we switch the machine and bring it back over here?
Because we expected the guy to be here.
Well, call him. Whoever opened this should go shoot your waiter.
It's tough working for Alan, but it's good, you know. Alan, you know, always strive for the best.
Everything has to be precise, how we cook things, how we buy things, how we serve things, but the ultimate is the guest satisfaction. Everything trickles down from there, and I learned that from Alan, actually.
And what was the decision to come to Connecticut?
Well, they were building this great MGM Grand Hotel at Foxwoods. They came to us and said, would you like to open a Junior's? And we said, what a great place for a Junior's. You have theater, you have gambling, you know, so if you're coming to a show here, it's a great place to dine, and it's affordable.
And there are a few secrets to Junior's success: the cheesecake formula, which we'll get to in a minute, and the people Junior's employs.
It's a family business. Our employees are family. Obviously, it's a part of my family, and we've just been doing it for so long. That's just how it feels.
I started as a waiter. I started 19 years ago as a waiter. Then from a waiter, I moved to a head waiter. Then I became manager.
The last place I was at before burnt down, and that was the end of that job. And I wanted something with stability and something that I knew was going to last. And because of the reputation, I knew that I would have to work hard to ruin it. So I figured it would be a good fit for me.
You know, we have a lot of great people working here, so it's really nice.
What about Connecticut itself? Have they embraced the whole New York thing?
I think we actually get people to come here who aren't even going to gamble, and they just come here just to eat at Junior's and get a little taste of Brooklyn.
All right. So you want the secret to the success of Junior's cheesecake? Alan is not shy about sharing his recipe or the process.
If anyone else is willing to take the time and the effort and the 60 years of history that we've put into this product, good luck to them.
But keep in mind that the machines you see here are all over 40 years old and still in top shape.
Here we're going to make some of New York's best cheesecake. Just a little bit of cream cheese, just a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of sugar. I said a little bit of sugar, a little bit of eggs. If you notice, we're blending this with a paddle attachment. We're not adding a lot of air into it because we want our cheesecake to be creamy and dense. We're not whipping it, we're blending it. A little bit of heavy cream. I mean, basically that's all we're going to put in the cheesecake, and that's pretty much why it tastes so good. When you get done, it should sort of be that thick. You notice how it stands up? It's not liquid. It's pretty firm. One lick. You'll notice we're putting a slice of sponge cake on the bottom of every cake we make. It's a real unique feature to our cheesecake. As if you were making a birthday cake at home, except we take about a 1/4-inch slice and put on the bottom of every cake. We're going to bake it in a water bath, which means we're going to surround each pan with some water, spreads the heat evenly, adds moisture to the oven, make sure the cheesecake's baked just so, like a souffle. Then we're going to let them cool, and tomorrow we'll be eating them downstairs.
So 60 years of consistency. All the work we saw comes down to this.
Doesn't taste good, then it's all out the window.
All right, I'm dying.
Have some with it.
Dying to try it.
Cheers.
that great?
Oh my God. That is awesome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Awesome.